What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another reaction to Sister Wives.
She's getting married. Yay!
Wow.
Now, are you guys sisters or moms or?
They're the advisors.
The advisors.
Every woman is insane.
Are you serious?
Every man is in fact an idiot.
Really?
Well, we're finally wrapping up season 1 of Sister Wives, and we are just now getting to the really deep, meaningful conversations. I can't believe how long it's taken them to address the big questions, the actual reality of why someone is living this lifestyle. Is this lifestyle fair? Can polygamy truly be sustainable for everyone involved? They're finally kind of asking this question of, is everyone satisfied with this lifestyle? Rather than just putting on this front. Like Cody's trying to paint this picture and tell everyone to only say the good and the positive and paint this picture that their lifestyle is great. And I'm so glad Mary is finally bringing it up.
And if I were to be giving attention to another guy, how would it make you feel?
But the crazy thing is, he barely even answers them. His original answer is that he doesn't like to think about it. He doesn't even want to go down that train of thought of seeing what it's like, even thinking about what it's like for his wives having to live this lifestyle. He doesn't even want to go there. He can't comprehend the fact that he's putting them through something so hard that he's not even willing to address it at all. Oh, it's become so painfully obvious that polygamy has always been about him being the center of attention and ignoring all the other facts, completely avoiding the issues and the whole situation he's getting all these people stuck into. His lack of empathy is being brought to attention, finally, which should have happened a long time ago, because it's one of those things that he's just constantly pretending doesn't exist, and she's saying, no, it's right here. Mary and the other sister wives have to face every single day. And it's revealing just how deeply Cody's lack of understanding and empathy really is. But it's not just Cody's reaction that's so shocking. The wives who have spent so much time compromising and adjusting are now forced to ask themselves these serious questions. And can they really continue to share their lives with this crazy guy? Or is it finally time for them to confront the problems that they have been building up for so long and address their personal struggles, their fears, their emotions? They've finally been put out there, and now the reality of what they've built is being questioned in a way they can't just keep ignoring it. It's going to have to be addressed, and to me, it seems like there's only the only way that this is going to be solved is by them separating themselves from the cause of the big issue, which is Cody. He's not willing to self-reflect and to see what he's doing wrong. There's not going to be any fixing. You can't fix something when you don't accept that there's a problem at all.
The vulgarity of the idea of you with two husbands or another lover sickens me. It seems wrong to God and nature, and I understand this seems somewhat hypocritical. I don't know how to get around it.
Okay, so
There's just me answering this question, there's no way for me to win.
So the first thing I noticed in Cody's answer is that he relates it to a game. He describes it as there's no way for him to win, as in if life is a game and this whole conversation with Mary is to try and win. What kind of a mindset do you have to think that the whole point in having these deep, meaningful discussions is just to win the discussion? It's like you're trying to learn from one another, and your wife is trying to understand this crazy lifestyle that she found herself into and how she clearly sees that it's unfair. She's asking you how you would feel if you had to share your wife. Cody clearly, he knows that he wouldn't want that. He's not even willing to imagine that.
Obviously, it's just not something I'm comfortable with imagining.
Cody, I know Cody knows this, but he claims and he says that he doesn't want to talk about this. He doesn't want to address it because it will seem like it's unfair, and he doesn't know how to get around that. As in if there is some answer or some solution to point out that it's actually not unfair, when it's clearly unfair. Everyone knows that. Cody has to know that at this point, unless he's just absolutely delusional.
Well, I feel like I'm admitting that what I'm doing is completely and totally unfair.
It's quite satisfying finally seeing that, and Mary kind of forcing Cody to be like, well, at least see what I'm seeing. Don't you get this viewpoint where we're coming from? Like, you're asking so much from us and you don't even understand what it is that we're doing for you. That's how it's so easy for him to take advantage of it, I feel like, because he just doesn't get it. He doesn't even think about it or ponder through self-reflection. And, like, how is he going to have empathy if he doesn't even think about being in the other person's shoes?
It's there every day, and it's in my face, and it's in Janelle's face, and it's in Christine's face. And it's something that we've chosen, and it's something that we're okay with. And
even there, she's giving it way too much grace, because a lot of people think that they understand marriage and they can kind of get an idea about it, but until you live it, you don't really know. She did make the decision to marry Cody, but there's no way she could have known all that it's entailing. All of the pain and suffering and hardship that she would go through marrying this crazy guy and allowing him to go and marry other women. We're seeing these sister wives that have made a decision off of false pretenses, off of lies that Cody has told them. Most likely their parents have probably given them false ideas about it. Their whole religion and environment, I'm sure, has built this idea of what plural marriage is. And they're just now living it and personally experiencing it to know for themselves how wrong all those people around them were, how many lies that they've been told, and how horrible it really is. And now they're wanting to change it, because I feel like their first response is, okay, this is clearly not right. Things are horrible. So we need to get to the root of the problem, which Cody is a big part of the problem.
How do I describe? What words can I tell or use to talk about our love and how deeply I feel for you and how important you are to me?
There is so much tension, especially when it comes to Cody dividing up his time. He can't be in 4 places at once. You can totally feel the jealousy between the wives, and some of the wives definitely feel neglected. And he just keeps adding fire to the fuel. He changes his rules all the time. One minute he's being super strict, and the next he doesn't know what he wants. He doesn't want to make any decisions. Like, he wants to be fully in control, but then he doesn't want to have to deal with any of the problems that comes from living this type of lifestyle. And then you try to kind of break it down into this whole religious side of things to make it seem like everything's based off of faith, but you can clearly tell that it's just an excuse, and it's an excuse to live however he freaking wants to. And he definitely he's not interested in the spiritual side at all. He's just trying to do whatever he wants and then justify it with some religion.
I don't think that we're sitting there announcing polygamist, but
unless we all decide to kiss him simultaneously.
Right. That might be kind of obvious.
So is this for her birthday, or is it just kind of just because?
Yeah, just because.
When somebody starts digging about who we are and what our relationship is, I've evolved a little bit in this. I used to feel like, oh my gosh, what do I tell them? I used to get all deer in the headlights. It's easier now to just say sisters. That usually shuts down the conversation. If we say sister wives, then that automatically, if they understand the terminology, which most people do where we live, they're like, oh, and all the prejudice and everything then automatically comes into the interaction. So it's just easier to be very vague. What does it matter? Why do they care? They're almost always asking because they think something is up.
They prefer to call each other advisors or close family friends instead of sister wives to kind of keep everything under wraps so that people don't ask too many questions. Whereas Cody, on the other end, is much more of like trying to almost seem like he's somewhat bragging about having 4 wives and 13 kids, and he thinks it's so cool, and he just doesn't realize how that comes off, how crazy he looks.
Wow.
Going to a wedding, I'm gonna have a reception, yay, I'm getting married.
Robin and Cody get married, and they try to paint this picture as like it's just this big old happy celebration. Cody calls it his coming out party, letting the world know that he's proud to be a polygamist, that he's happy about this, and everything's great. And then the wedding comes to an end, and it starts getting awkward because now he's supposed to have this little honeymoon with his new wife, but he's got 3 other wives there with kids. It's like just that awkward moment at the end where they all just are saying goodbye to him, and he's just waiting for them to leave so he can go have sex with this new wife.
It was literally kind of a coming out party for us. This one event was really where most people were going to meet us as we were, polygamists in a setting where we were abiding as an entire family, and they were coming to see us.
It's a blessing. It's an absolute blessing. And that's what the reception was. And it was a perfect ending of a chapter.
And so I wanted to say goodnight to all my wives before Rob and I are going on a honeymoon. Like a compelling...
We've watched Cody navigate life with 4 wives, and let's be real, you guys, it's not working. It's not a smooth ride. He's trying to paint this picture like it's great, but there's jealousy, there's tension, and there's moments where it feels like things might just completely fall apart. Like, I'm shocked none of these women have left him yet. There's just a whole lot more to the story that I'm surprised they've taken this long to start addressing and getting answers to, you know? All the drama, all the tension, like, it is unfair. But we'll find out in the future episodes. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.
Good job at it.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
That would be plain stupid.